I remember when I lost my mind.
And this is the part where you all decide that I'm crazy and unsubscribe.
This is gonna be the strangest video that I've ever made. Ooh, I have this thing with hot water. I'm very sensitive to it. I went to the hot springs with a bunch of my friends. I could not get in like any of them, and I always feel like such a wimp, but also, I feel like, why would I want to fucking burn myself like that? Ow, like why? I'm like turning red in here. It's not so bad. This is about the limit. And like, let me tell you, I ran this bath like an hour ago. And I dipped my toe in and I was like, nope, not getting in this. I had written film self-care ritual in bath on my to-do list. And then I like squiggled it out of my to-do list, and then I thought about it some more and I decided to at least film it and just see what happens. And kind of in my imagination I had bubble bath here and I was gonna run bubble bath, and then I wasn't gonna be like in clothes because I wouldn't need clothes if I were in a bubble bath. But then I decided not to do that, or I couldn't find any, or I mean I don't see any, but I didn't look, you know, I just kind of decided, now let's just wear a mermaid top and be a mermaid. And then I got carried away with the jewelry. How are you guys today? Tell me down below in the comments. I want to hear from you. I think maybe part of my hesitation around taking a bath, I don't know if you've been watching my morning rituals, but I've been talking about how I've been saying I was going to take this bath for so long. And I cleaned my bath out a week ago. I talked about this in the footage I just filmed. Maybe I'll splice that back in here. Do you remember when I said in my mermaid makeup unboxing video that I kind of wasn't super crazy about these colors and I couldn't really wait until I ran out of them so that I could put colors I actually liked in this palette? Well, since then, I've really grown to love these colors, but I just got like halfway to what I asked for because I couldn't be bothered to keep my palettes well organized, so that when I actually started to do cleaning, this one fell off the top into the bathtub, which, by the way, this has happened before. And one of the reasons that I hadn't taken a bath in so long is because I had had another palette fall off of there and into my bathtub and get powdered eyeshadow all over the bathtub, and it took me forever to get to cleaning that out because I was like, whatever, we're gonna use the bathtub anyway. And then I finally cleaned that out like a week ago, and I was like, finally, I'm gonna take a bath. And now I'm actually like getting the bathtub ready for me to take a bath, and another palette, my new favorite palette, comes down. All the little cells came out of the palette, and half the little makeups are quite broken. Some of them I like picked up dust from the bathtub with my finger and put it back in there because I'm gross. But I don't care because I almost lost all of Bubbles, which Bubbles is like the fun holographic purple blue one. And like some of the ones I haven't used at all are totally undamaged. And then some of my favorite ones are like half gone. I just lost half of Nude Beach, which is my favorite one. I'm sure my colors are all mixed up now because they all fell out of their cells. Anyhow, let this be a lesson to you in storing things in ways that they won't fall and break and die and ruin your morning and your bath. That said, I recognize that I asked for this in more ways than one. I said I wanted to run out of these colors. I just posted to my Instagram, I said I wanted new creative storage solutions, please help me. And I said these things and now I'm sad. But I'm still gonna take my bath once I clean the eyeshadow back out of it again. Also, it feels important to say, I'm not just like sad forever. I'm just sad about the thing, and I wanted to share the practical lesson that I learned from it. But I know that today is still gonna be a good day, and I'm still gonna get lots of things done, especially my bath. Anyhow, I find that for whatever various reasons, I have resistance to taking a bath, and it's when I analyze it a little further, when I ask those questions of myself, I get a hunch that it's related to anxiety about being stuck somewhere. And it's not like I'm stuck in the bath. It's just like once I'm in the bath, you know, it's kind of a lot of trouble to get out of the bath and go get something else. And if I want to take a nice long bath, I want to have something to drink. Speaking of which, this Trader Joe's unsweetened golden oolong tea is one of the only like iced teas in bottles out on the market that I still think is good after becoming a tea nerd. Highly recommend that. Super refreshing, totally unsweetened, tastes like oolong. Very refreshing. And then, just, you know, cause I like them, I guess, I've brought 14 crystals. I brought 14 crystals. I brought this fuchsite, and I brought this rose quartz, and I brought this amethyst, and then I brought these over here, which I'll show you. This rose quartz, and this amethyst, and this fuchsite, and then this whole little grid over here with these lithium quartzes, and lepidolite, and quartz, and amethyst. Oh, and I didn't even count this one that my candle's on that I haven't lit my candle yet. Let's light that candle. Got our trusty pussy lighter and light that candle. I have no depth perception through the camera. I should look at the actual flame. There we go. Woo! And while we're at it, I'll just show you. I brought another candle. This is the one that Terry sent me that I opened in my Happy Mail haul or Happy Mail unboxing. I've been kind of burning it for us as a community, so I'm gonna burn that in a minute just to send out some good self-care and self-love vibes to the whole cyber tribe. Get on that. Also brought some of this Trader Joe's wasabi roasted seaweed snack. I know the packaging, I feel bad about the packaging, but I feel good about eating wasabi roasted seaweed snack. And also, I brought a little dark chocolate caramel because self-love. And my glasses, because I just didn't take those off. And then we've got two decks here. I brought the mermaid deck, because mermaid today, obviously. And then I brought the Wisdom of Avalon deck, because actually, I wanted to share with you a little card that I pulled for myself yesterday at my Fancy Fairy Tale Tea Flight tea sit at Guanyin Tea House. Let's not drop all the cards in the bathtub. If I drop all the cards in the bathtub, I will be very sad. If I drop even one of the cards in the bathtub, I'll be pretty darn sad. So this is the card that I drew yesterday, and it's the horse, and it basically says that I need to accept help from others and like take a load off. And delegate authority. I haven't been taking a load off and getting in the bath, and that's what I'm doing now because I'm pretty thick. It takes a long time for these things to get through my thick skull and manifested into action in my life, but I can eventually take a hint. So there's that. See, this is the other thing that I don't like about baths is like the part of me that's not in the bath is so sweaty right now, or maybe it's steamy, but how am I supposed to tell the difference? I'm just gonna relax for a second, guys. That's what I came here to do anyway. Not like if I can't take a bath without vlogging about it, what does that say about me? Does that say that I'm addicted to YouTube? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Probably, yeah. I don't know any more of that song. But anyways, I'm not performing. The video's over, guys. Go back to sleep.
Bring me a twig from the tree you sat beneath when you were lonely. Bring me the song that he sang you when he said he loved you only. Bring me wax from candle drippings burnt in death.
Beautiful dream, come to me. I should have brought my music box. I have a music box, or like a musical statue that plays Beautiful Dreamer. See, that's what I mean. You can never have enough stuff for your bath, because now I'm in the bath and I have all these crystals and all these snacks and all these cards and my book, My Stroke of Insight, that I was supposed to be finishing today, and my journal that I was supposed to be writing in, and my oolong that I could drink, and my candle burning, and I just wish I had my music box. And by the way, these lavender bath salts and lavender bath bomb are on point. They are just the perfect combination for feeling super chilled out and relaxed right now. There's a place for us somewhere, a place for us. I'm so glad that I have cold tea in the hot bath. I almost thought about doing gung fu up here in the bath. And then I was like, I want something cold. You know what? I'm feeling super chilled out. And I want to share that with you. Happily, I have this candle and my trusty pussy lighter. So I'm gonna light this candle for you guys, because I'm hoping that you are able to find some relaxation in your day today. Just like I am able to find some relaxation and some chill time here. Even if I have to gather half my crystal collection and 1% of my library to do it. It's probably less than 1% of my library. Thank you for witnessing this moment. Thank you for witnessing my magic. I see you. I see your magic. You're worth taking care of, you know. You know, I didn't intend for this to be this kind of video, but I guess the goal is always authenticity, right? And, you know, this is one of those things that I don't know if I'm crazy or not. And I talked a little bit about this in my rune video, but on my birthday, I had not a vision. That's not what happened. An experience. All I can say is that I felt very clearly as though at one point, me as a personality was kind of scooted over into one side of my body. And some goddess, earth goddess, she didn't give a name, came and inhabited the rest of my body for that evening, you know, for the next couple hours. And I wish I were making this up, because if I did, I would feel a lot better about writing it into a fiction novel, and then, I don't know, I feel like it could do pretty well. I feel like it's a pretty good story. And I was with Sean. I say I, but it was, from this point forward, it was like she in my body, and like I was there to witness and observe, and occasionally I like felt something strongly enough that she would respond to it and speak to me directly in the same body. Like it would have seemed like talking to herself, I suppose. And Sean was there much of the time, and you know, we had a fire, ate some bean dip. I remember she kept getting so distracted by our world. I'm getting distracted. The story, self-care, you're worth taking care of. So she wasn't used to having a human body. It was like she didn't feel the cold, and she was in charge of my body, but I was still in my body and I felt the cold, and she was committed to taking good care of my body while she was borrowing it. And, you know, even though she wasn't good about knowing the things or remembering the things, as she did understand what it was that my body needed to be taken care of, which was warm clothes before sitting outside in November in the middle of the night, and to actually eat food and drink water also, and drink shaga tea. She drank a lot of shaga tea. And as she drank the shaga tea, I could feel like the inside of my body felt like it was linked, like a portal almost, to the inside of a great tree, like a great walnut tree or a great oak tree or something. And I could feel as the shaga, she downed like a whole jar of cold shaga on a cold November night, all in like one draught, not one gulp, but one draught. And she kept saying, the trees love this, the trees love this, the trees love this. And so I thought I should feed shaga tea to my trees. And this is the part where you all decide that I'm crazy and unsubscribe. Or you're like, oh my God, somebody else is also crazy like me. I want to be friends. And you subscribe and you comment below and tell me about your experiences, because I feel alone. I feel crazy. And I feel kind of crazy for sharing this here today, but this is what's happening. And she went inside to put warm clothes on, and she was standing in front of the space heater in my bedroom, it was like the strangest thing for her. Like, she couldn't understand, like, there was fire outside and there was the sun beating down on the earth half the day. Like, why would anybody need a little blue sphere that radiated heat? Anyhow, she was trying to warm up her legs, or my legs, without like burning them, and she was doing it with such care. You know, like when you borrow your friend's favorite piece of clothing and you're just amazed that they even let you breathe on it, let alone borrow and wear it outside of their sight, and you just feel compelled to treat it like a national treasure. Like, that was how she was treating my body. Like, that was how she was touching my body. And like, sure, you could say this was me touching my body, but it was with more care than I had ever given myself the time to do in a utility-oriented situation such as that. And not my body, but my being within began to cry. And she just said to me, like, she understood that I was afraid that I wasn't taking good enough care of myself, because I could see the model that I wanted to be living up to, and I knew that I wasn't. And she just, it was like, you know, within this body, she comforted me, just saying like, no, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Like, it's hard. It's hard to juggle all of the stimuli in today's world. It's hard to be a woman in a world stripped of models of feminine power. To be a powerful woman in a world stripped of models of feminine power. But that moment of care felt so beautiful, and that reassurance that she understood that being human was a challenge beyond anything that she had ever had to face long term and would ever have to face long term. Like, she had some experience of the tragedy of being cut from her sister, etc., but not the true full experience of being bound to a human body, other than temporarily. And like I said, she wasn't like bound that evening. She chose to be there. But she asked me to tell you, to tell everyone that, you know, you're doing a good job. It's hard. And just because you're not getting it right every second of every day doesn't mean that you're not worth it, that you're not worth everything that it costs for you to be alive here, that you're not worth the space you take up. You are. You are worth the space you take up. And you know, it would be good if you did something
with it if you made something beautiful of it. But you get the chance either way. And you're worth your best shot. You're worth your best shot. And what else was there? She had said the same thing to all the plants. All the plants in my front yard. She had stooped down and bent near them and held them delicately in her fingers and said, "You're doing a good job." Maybe that's all we have to say today. You're doing a good job. Amen. Also, the chocolate's like already quite melty just from being in the same room as this bathtub. I heard that WITCHY is good for promoting self-care and taking care of yourself. So I tend to keep it around like my makeup or my hair stuff or my bath. But I don't know if I actually believe in crystals. It's hard to say. I mean, obviously I believe in them insofar as I learn about their purported meanings and I listen to them, whatever that means, and if they say stuff to me, which is probably just my subconscious saying stuff to me in response to color and texture stimuli. Like, I don't know, I have lots of really cool theories for how they could work. Also, I'm a firm believer in the placebo effect, but we also know there's only so far the placebo effect can go. So, also, I don't know that my self-care habits have increased since I acquired this crystal. But they still make me feel bad every time that I'm not taking care of myself, because I see it and I remember why I put it where I put it, and I think, oh, I should do that more. That sucks that I don't. I need to grow the fuck up. But now I'm in the bathtub, so I don't know, but I'm in the bathtub dressed as a mermaid filming myself surrounded by crystals and nuri and chocolate and tarot cards and journals and books. And it's filled with lavender things. Like, am I really a grown-up? To adult or not to adult? That is the question. Hamlet is not a good play for suicidal people to study because it does not contain any good arguments in favor of life, except that all the people who kill themselves are insane. I really like crystals. I think they're really pretty. And they're a symbol of order. And they really only shine when they are in order. That is to say, if you just have a bunch of crystals everywhere, and a bunch of papers everywhere, and a bunch of books everywhere, and a bunch of teas everywhere, and a bunch of clothes everywhere, the crystals don't look as beautiful as they could. But when you have everything where it goes, everything in its right place, and all the crystals are beautifully arranged, then you have a crystalline structure of crystals, and you've allowed the order within the crystals to manifest outside the crystals in the order of your home, and then it's really beautiful, and it can reflect properly through the facets in that. This has been Bathing with Vervain. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. It's always something new and crazy around here, or sometimes it's just me rambling, and sometimes we make music, and sometimes we make magic, and you know, it's a good time. Join us. We'd love to have you. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Let me know how you're taking care of yourself and manifesting order in your life lately. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to tune in to Morning Ritual on my Instagram. pretty much every single morning. All the links for that will be down below. And I love you guys. I hope you have a super magical, wonderful, fabulous day.